Multiply Chardonnay, ça that my want, babe.
And that was Leela Ike with Fry Plantain. And you know, as a West Indian, we love refry plantain.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All righty, so time here in SVG, it is 9:24, and we are in our Talk to Us segment for today, Monday the 13th of January 2025. All right, so Talk to Us is a segment of the program when you get interactive with us. You can feel free to call us at the number 784-457-9997. We are already live on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can go on ahead and hit us up there, right? You can pose any questions to Doc and myself, or if there's anything that we discussed earlier that you wish for us to elaborate on, then we can do so. All right. So as usual, we are going to give you 10 seconds to call, and if not, we are going to go into our topic for today. All right. So 10 seconds starting now. All right, so I think 10 seconds are up. All right, so let's go. So Doc, question, or putting something to you, all right? So the topic for today is husband's lack of thoughtfulness. Should a wife divorce him? All right? So a woman is, and I'm reading this from people, so a woman contemplates, all right, have a call. Hi, caller, good morning.
Good morning again.
Morning.
I kind of miss you guys, you know. I don't know what went on this. I don't know. Are you into the thing already? The
Talk
nostalgia?
to us? I did nostalgia already.
Uh-huh.
I did nostalgia already. In Talk to Us now.
So wait, you have a topic chosen already, or it's just...
Well, if you have something you want to raise, then you can go ahead. But yeah, we do have a topic lined up.
Oh, lined up. Okay, so I just called in just in time because sometimes I lose track of what's happening and so on. Yeah, well, it's I just want to say it's a brand new year, as some of us would say, and I am still concerned about the carnage that is taking place in other parts of the world. I mean, mankind really, how to put it? But what I want to say, mankind wicked, really, really wicked. And we need to put things into context. I mean, one size doesn't fit all. You have the big countries who we are dependent on, like the mighty United States of America, with a president that has already proven himself to be a vagabond, as far as I'm concerned. But they are the richest country in the world. But that doesn't mean they're doing the right thing. And we have to depend on them. Whatever they bring into, whatever they introduce, as they say, America's needs to catch the cold and all of that. And then you have all these people. Well, don't forget Trump promised to deport all those illegal, people in the country. And I'm sure we have to be concerned. West St. Vincent, we have had people deported already from Canada, from the US of A. I'm saying this because we must be concerned. Can we take care of all the deportees if they were to round them up? About how much deportees can we take care of and all of that? There's going to be pressure. Well, 2025 again is a hot year where the elections are concerned. By the way, the doc is still there. I hope you're hearing me. You there?
You're right to listen too.
So, all those people, all of us who depend on America for food, artificial food, everything is artificial as far as I'm concerned. Sometimes I want to know what is a healthy meal to eat in all what is taking place and so on. All right? I always feel that up to now, I'm still wanting to know what is a healthy meal, and from a Vincentian standpoint, what should we be, selling as a real healthy meal and that kind of thing. So maybe the doc could help out, but I'm just concerned about all what's taking place, and I just want to know, St. Vincent and the Grenadines remain on a steady course in terms of our development and making life better. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Doc, anything you want to say?
Well, I think, what you were coming out with is probably more important, but it's fascinating and reassuring to hear Dave say St. Vincent is on a steady course.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Should continue staying on a steady course. That's an endorsement. That's an endorsement that things are on a steady course. Things ain't moving backwards. At one point, I was thinking he was a 1970s man and he wanted us to go back to that nostalgic time of the 70s, but he thinks we're on a steady course. I want to agree with him. Dave and I are in agreement with each other.
Praise Jesus.
Yes.
All right. We have a caller. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning again. Last week, Roleza, you were talking about something what was in the news about this technician in was Green Hill somewhere they caught with some ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you were talking about it is as if, somebody is innocent until proven guilty. Okay, you was questioning how long he's been doing this, has he been done this before and whatever.
Mm-hmm. I threw those questions out.
It's like,
questions I threw out.
Innocent and,
you went the way which I phrased the questions?
It's like
okay.
If you already predict is guilty.
Fair enough, because I can take that point.
There was even a person that was charged with cocaine, a political activist, and those charges was eventually dropped. There's a difference the way in the media, the way ordinary person, when ordinary get allegation or arrested compared to big people in the society. A big person was allegedly committed a heinous crime some years ago, a big person in the society. And you can't go on any radio station and on most radio stations and talk about it because they will either cut you off or as soon as you start talking about it, they will interject and talk about something else and then move on. And then, you start talking about that, what they're talking about, and then you move on to the next caller because they're afraid to talk about that issue.
Yeah, well, I can I can take your point. No, well, it's two different things there because you could actually be guilty, but found not guilty based on lack of evidence. But I can take your point with regards to how it is. I framed the questions because, yes, the way in which I framed the questions, if I remember correctly, would have sounded as if he was already found guilty. So I take that point and I would be, I'd move forward with the correction.
Queens, there's a word that we use, something is sub judice. That is, if it is before the court, we have a way, not only in St. Vincent, but in other parts, of trying the case on radio, on public, and giving our opinions because of the person's mother and his uncle and some cousin of his, what they were into as well. And we bring in all sorts of things that are not relevant to the actual case and accusation, and we judge and come to a conclusion. sometimes, and I'm saying sometimes that is not good. It doesn't mean that there can't be a discussion about certain things, but the influence of a case, that's why jurors are picked from a certain group of individuals, and that they ask, do you have a bias? Do you have been influenced in some way or the other?
Or have you been exposed to?
Have you been exposed to the information before? Because there's no doubt that there can be bias in terms of the way things are. And I think Roleza is absolutely right. If there isn't enough evidence to bring a case, the case has then to be dropped. In that there is necessarily a rich or poor, and that
not
does
necessarily
occur.
that they're not guilty. They can very well be guilty, but it's just the lack of evidence.
So I understand what you're saying, but I think we come to conclusions and so in one particular way.
All right, Queens.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, particularly in the.
You mean in the United States? You're talking about in Long Island and so forth. A black individual is more likely to get injustice and be put into jail than, let's say, a white individual from the neighborhoods where you live in, Queens, right? Don't you agree?
And a politician high in office is more likely to give the benefit of a doubt on an allegation compared to a poor man.
Yes. I wanted to draw you out of it because I wanted, but if a black man in Long Island, where you live, basically, because you live in Queens or Long Island?
Or a politician in high political office.
Yeah, well, remember, Queens is not just people, it's not just politicians alone. It would apply to it. Just once you are
a businessman,
you are
Donald
well-known,
Trump,
right?
A guy like Donald Trump. You say Donald Trump is in politics and therefore he gets off, or Donald Trump is in business and he gets off. Which one is it?
Or a politician in high political office.
Queens, I know. Queens, I know that's a Queens. All right, Queens. Later.
I knew 3 times. I knew where Queens was going.
But he didn't read and spell that.
He wanted to bring it out. He put innuendo and so forth.
Morning.
Let me add something to what Dr. saying. Doc,
yes.
You see the California fire right now going on?
Yes.
All the white people then could move their stuff. When black people move, police come in to search them for fire. Is this your place? Yes, there's looting going on, but if a white person moving, white people don't like they don't loot.
Yeah.
Just recently, a black family, if they say they have to move out, the people then start to move out this stuff. Who come? Police. The white neighbor across the street, no police ain't touch them. So, I mean,
it may be in the white neighbor across the street that call the police just for have some fun.
Probably that too. You know, we have a lot of Karen, what we call Karen out here, right?
Yeah.
You know what's a Karen, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, right. We have a lot of Karens out there, and we have some Kens too, yeah.
Oh dear.
So Queen, sometimes it's not always that the person is rich and the person could get away. Sometimes it's some Karen and some Ken who make you feel guilty.
But let me say.
I suppose Queen was trying to put in a local context.
He wasn't putting in a local context. Queens was not focusing on rich and business people and color. He wanted to focus on politicians. That's what he wanted to focus on.
Yeah, I know you want to make it political.
Yeah,
you might say you don't want to, but there are certain things Queens accuse me of being political, but I think Queens have to check on himself too sometimes. The man in the mirror.
Queens, somehow Queens, I don't know what it is he has against Ralph. You know what I mean? He has something against Ralph. I gotta find it. I gotta dig deep. Queens, next time you call, tell me what is it you have against the PM. Something about that.
Yeah. That's how it goes with some people here. So I just call to tell you that there's guilty people and there's people not guilty. How many times you hear people get released in America here for murder that they commit like 30-something years ago? They've been in jail for 30-something years just to find out that they never did the crime. Mm-hmm. So it's not all guilty is guilty. Sometimes people are innocent, but they just can't prove that they're innocent.
Yeah.
They don't have the money to prove that they're innocent. Whereas somebody who's rich, they could high power lawyers.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is who could prove is who have enough money to prove their point, not necessarily whether you're guilty or not. Yeah.
If you had enough money to buy the kind of high power lawyers, then you could get out probably from a crime than if you don't have. That's my point. So it's
all right, cool. Thanks, Kojo.
I thought Dianna was going to be back today.
Yeah, I thought so too, but seems like it's tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Take care. All right. So we have another caller. Where did that call go? Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning. It's me again. I love this interaction, Dr. Thompson, and I love beating up on you. Right?
Yeah. No.
There's an old saying: the apples don't fall far from the tree. You speak very much like okay, I'm going to name two books. You did Julius Caesar, right? Julius Caesar?
Yes.
You did Animal Farm?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, Julius Caesar said, let me have men around me who are fat. I know you're not a fat person, but it's obvious that you're very close to the Prime Minister, so you speak a lot like him. And I like the spin you put on Dave's comment this morning. Dave did not mean what you said, trust me. And you know that. But you see, Dave speaks about a healthy meal. Dave, a very healthy meal for you is foot in mouth. Because you run right into that. But Dr. Thompson put a good spin on it. Dr. Thompson, I know you know.
No, but I want to stop you. I want to stop you. I want to stop you there because Roleza picked up on it too. She said that this whole thing about he said about consistent growth, and it raised Roleza's eyebrows as well, and she was able to briefly express, yeah, I found that very interesting. It wasn't me alone who heard that. The whole place heard that. Dave was endorsing that there had been consistent, whatever word he used, consistent.
The one time all you could agree with Dave, y'all bring all the points over and over again.
I agree, Dave.
The one time y'all could agree with Dave.
Dave come with some things that are very disagreeable, yes, and we call it out.
I should find a round of applause to give.
We should call it out. But when he says something right, we have to basically agree with him when he says so.
Oh,
yes,
Lord.
I love this thing, So Dave, try foot and mouth. That works quite well.
All right, thanks, Joshua. Y'all some interesting folks, very interested folks.
Yes.
All right. All right, so we won't get into the other topic because we won't have that much time to delve into it, right?
Yeah. But I just want to say that that woman, she's right in terms of what she's thinking, but the guy was asking for a second chance. Was it too late?
Doc, how he going to give a second chance when I didn't even read out the thing in full?
He did not remember her birthday or give her the presents and so forth.
And why y'all like that?
But listen, but I don't think that divorces should take place because just of those. But I think it'd be interesting to find out what he said. There were some other positive attributes in life.
No, I think,
but I could agree with her.
Okay, we could probably go into it for like 3 minutes, right? Doc, you have to understand that's from a woman's perspective, right?
I do.
It's a lot of the little things that matter. And the little things would make us know that you have thought of us and that you remember us.
Not the big things, the little things, you're saying.
Big things like, little things now become big things, right?
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
But for something like not remembering birthdays, not remembering anniversaries,
the ring,
right? The ring, right? Having to remind you of certain things, or even as a woman, you're putting so much effort and emphasis in, let's say, to organize a party with him and his friends. You call around his friends, you have him there.
Yeah.
It's the little things, and I can understand. And let me tell you, from a woman's point of view, is the little things that would just cause us a chip and go.
I'll tell you something. What I found peculiar, they'd been together for over 10 years. She got married 1 year. This was the first wedding anniversary. They were together for 10 years. Maybe what it means is that for those 9 years, they did not celebrate they're meeting together.
Or maybe
And-
she thought that things would change now that they've married.
No. On the 9th year and the last year, the first, no. She would have realized over those 9 years certain things. But I think that there's some other factors.
You know what?
Okay,
so it may be other factors, but let's
I
just
agree with
focus
her.
on the point of the lack of thoughtfulness and consideration, all right?
Yeah, the lack of thought.
So the thing of it is that if we have to keep saying something over and over, it is going to be draining. And having to say it over and over means that you are also not taking. And when I say you, I mean in men, right? The man is also not taking us seriously.
It wasn't that she was saying things over and over, you know. It is that he did not do something.
Likewise. He did not do likewise. He did not reciprocate. She would put effort into doing a birthday party or making his birthday special, and he would just let the day go by and not think about it, right? So that is what it is. There are times when I have like female friends who would message and be like, they want out of this relationship because the way in which they would put the effort in, they're not getting it back, and not getting back that effort makes you feel as if the person doesn't think of you as much, or maybe think of you on the same level that you do. Something as simple as, I ask you, how are you? And you answer me and you tell me fine without telling me, asking me back how I'm doing. Listen.
Would you give this guy a second chance?
Man, I probably won't even marry him in the first place, because if I have to...
You married him. We were in the 9 years.
No. Let me tell you why.
I'm asking you, will you give this guy a second chance?
Tell you why. Hold on. Because before you even get into marriage, right? If I see that this is your pattern before getting married, and it is something that is really and truly going to bother me in the relationship, we're not getting married.
Yes, I know that. But you've been with him for 9 years. You marry him for another year, 10 years gone by. Would you give this guy a second chance? Instead of saying, 10 years ago, I should not have married you. I'm talking about
I've
now.
Gotten to the point of still deciding to getting married to him, then it means I've thrown my hands up and I'm not looking for any changes, because this is just how he is.
Thank you very much. But the point about it, would you then give this guy a second chance, hoping that he improves his way? You push him to the right, you threatened him, you've given him the thing, and he is saying, all right, here you are, go. And there's more fishes in the sea. He ain't saying that. He is.
If he says that he is going to improve and he's going to stand by it,
he's saying give him a second chance.
If he is saying that, but I have to see action to back up what he's saying, then yes.
Marriage. I know all that. I know all that. But this is 10 years, and you basically would give that guy a second go.
And he has to prove it. He has to prove it. I don't believe
there might be a hurry to get divorced. There might be a hurry to get divorced. There's somebody else who you could meet. You don't want to waste a whole couple of months and a year you waiting to get somebody new. But is it worth that 10 years of investment, right? To just try and give it a second chance? I don't know. I think so. I mean, you're justified in wanting a divorce.
You have to stand by what you say.
Yeah.
But it's the little things that sometimes cause relationships to end, and in this case, a marriage to fall apart, right? It's the little things, men. It's the little things.
little things, as well as the big things. The little things, birthdays, so forth. Big things.
Put some effort.
The man ain't walking. He ain't got to. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you're walking around with a smartphone. Put the reminders in your phone.
No, listen. He doesn't have a job. That's a big thing. Forget that. He didn't remember the birthday. So if he has a job, but he remembers your birthday and sing you happy birthday, right? And bakes up a nice little cake for you at from home with the flour that you buy and the sugar and everything like that. But he ain't got nobody and so forth. But it's a big thing.
Well, it depends on who it is you're dating. I mean, it might have to boil down to money. It could boil down to, we go in and we buy, let's say, Yankees, and we go in by the seaside. If you have a down-to-earth girl like that, then it's fine. But it means that you still put some effort into it.
That's the point. Well, I think one reference was that this guy was doing those simple things, Yankees and so.
He wasn't doing nothing. Come, head out to this segment here. All right, that is our talk to us for today, and we are leaving it there. All right, we are heading straight into today's Community Daylight.